Well, hello, everybody. You've reached Michelle Moross, and this is Mental Shift. Reach your full potential. Now, if you're finding this podcast and you're watching this or listening to this, and you're like, who is that lady, Michelle? Well, I'm Michelle Moross. I'm an international TEDx speaker. I don't know what you want to call me, but I train other people to get on stages to share their message. I'm a communications specialist. I'm a two-time author, and I happen to be the host of Mental Shift, and that's what you're listening to or watching. And I'd like to thank you for joining me and taking time out of your day to listen and watch, because today I have a very special lady with me. I accidentally was introduced to her by a friend of mine, a business partner of mine, Gary Barnes. He says, you've got to meet this Sabrina. And I said, why? He is, just meet her. And so we did. I've got Sabrina Protic, right? And
Correct.
got it. She is an author of a book called Growing Ageless. And for those of you who are not watching and you're only listening, go look at the face on the title of this. Pretty lady, okay? And she's also the head of the W.E.E, so Women's Entrepreneurial Empowerment Group on Facebook, and that's how I met her. And then the Trend Center Mentor Group is where Gary actually told me to go to connect with her. And now I'm part of an author's blog that they are doing great things on these two Facebook groups. And then she's also the head of Ageless Techniques, right? And you can find her. Does she sound familiar? She's like as busy as me. You can find her at www.sabrinaprotic.com. That's SABRINA Protic. Protic.com. And I'll have that in the image before the podcast, and then you'll see it in all the descriptions too. So don't worry if you didn't write that down, okay? Just look for it in the description. But I want to say thank you, Sabrina, for joining me today, because I've been kind of itching to learn more about you, and I'm excited to share you with my world.
Oh, Michelle, first of all, I want to thank the audience for listening in or tuning in. And I most certainly want to thank you for having me, and kudos to Gary Barnes for connecting us. Great people connecting great people. And I'm so elated to be a part of this show, Mental Shift. Thank you.
I'm glad you're here, because you are right up my alley. I mean, listen, people, when you think I'm busy, if you watch me, you think I'm busy. Sabrina's busy too. I mean, she's a certified life coach. She's an author. She does online anti-aging. And then she's running these monster groups. I mean, huge groups on Facebook. And then she does these in-person meetups with the W.E.E group. She's everywhere. Even in this world of lockdown, she's everywhere. So Sabrina,
This is
did
true.
I miss anything? I mean, because you're everywhere.
Well, no. Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that really make me happy.
Please.
I am a grandmother of 5-month-old twin baby girls, and I'm just touching and smelling those toes. I love it. You know, there's nothing greater than bonding with little infants. And yes, I'm going to say they're the cutest little things in the world.
Of course they are.
Not to shortchange my 9-year-old granddaughter, so we have to give her kudos too. She's a great assistant, and Grandma loves her very much. But that is a highlight in my life. And I'm also kind of a newlywed. I've been married now 4 years, so I'm going to count that as newlywed stuff.
You
Yeah,
are
I can
newlywed.
claim that.
I can claim it. I've been married for 26 years. You're a newlywed.
Well, I'm loving it. And I want to say that because people think, you know, going divorce as the end of it. It is not. Your life can start over. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but you can certainly, you know, re-immerse into this world. You can find your dream, find the man of your dream, woman of your dream, person of your dream at any stage of your life. It is definitely possible. So I'm quite happy with that.
Outstanding. I believe every day is a new chance or a new opportunity to write another chapter of your book. It doesn't matter what age you're at. I had a discussion with college students. They were like 19, and they were so afraid of the future. And I'm like, do you realize you just wrote a book at 19? You
Wow.
have so many more chapters that you can write in your lifetime that it just, don't let age stop you for anything. You find your joy, you find your happiness, right, Sabrina?
Oh, absolutely. I think to myself, I never say I can't do this. I say, well, why not? Why can't I do it? It does. I don't let my age deter me or interfere with the things that make me happy. And oftentimes, individually, we put limitations on ourselves because of our age. And sometimes we allow society to do that as well. Well, 55 and older, you could do this, or, 55 and older, you can't do that, or you have to sit here, or you have to live there. And I just really don't want those boundaries on me. I don't want them.
Well,
I
every
want
time
freedom.
let's say, if I hear a limitation, suddenly I want to break through them. So people in my world have learned, don't tell me I can't, or I will. That's the
Oh,
best way to make me move.
that's enough to make you do it, right?
You're going to die in
It's
3 months.
phenomenal.
You've got cancer. Oh, really? Let me watch this. You know?
So
So
you like to defy the odds.
yes, I like the
I
challenge.
understand. I'm the same way. That's why I stand before you now, because, at my stage in life, and I'm not going to say age in life, I'm expected to retire, slow down, slow my roll. I'm like, no, I think I want more. I'm ramping up. I'm just getting ready to roll. Hey, what can I do? Whose lives can I change? What can I impact? How can I help you? What
Well,
can I
that's
do
what I'm
for
thinking. When
you?
they say that when you get to a certain stage in your life, you're supposed to do certain things. I'm like, Oprah
Yeah.
started what, at 40, 45? Uh, uh, was that Einstein didn't start till he was 50? I mean, everyone who did amazing things in this entire planet, just look back, they're well over the age of 50. There's the
No,
few who like who did it like Edgar Allan Poe. I think he died at 25, so he did a lot before then. But a lot of major things happened afterwards. So age is just a number.
it is just a number. And I encourage everyone to not define your life, your goals, and your dreams by that magical number on your driver's license. We don't want to, right? We don't want to live that way. So yeah, I'm a rule breaker too when it comes to that. I'm all about, just succeeding. And you're right. I actually started researching, people that did phenomenal things age 50 and up, and the sky's the limit, male and female. People have broken records doing things because they discovered that they actually had so much more life than what we were giving ourselves credit for. So I want to inspire these listeners. Look, Michelle and I, by the time this is over, you may want to run a marathon. We don't know. If that's part of your DNA, something you've been wanting to do, we're going to encourage you to go for it. Right, Michelle?
Oh, of course. I mean, my thing is, I swear I'm getting better as I age. And the thing is when you're younger, you have so many of those inner critics in your head that you believe. And the magic about getting older is you start rationalizing with those inner critics and you realize, wait a minute, some of those things were wrong. Wait a minute, do I get
That's
to
right.
rewrite this story? I'm not stuck in what I was told when I was 5. And it takes age and experience and falling down and getting back up multiple times to realize, hey, I'm stronger. I'm capable. And wait a minute, I can believe in myself. And it takes us a while to get to there. And that's why I think when you get to a certain stage in life, suddenly you start seeing doors that you didn't allow yourself to see before.
Exactly.
Well, I have to ask you a question before we get too off, because we're on the perfect subject to talk.
Yes.
Well, because your book is called Growing Ageless.
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact.
But because for those who are watching, they can actually see the book, Growing Ageless. And what's the subtitle? Think Young and Live Younger. It's like it's the fountain of youth in writing.
It is. And, it's not just about the outside appearance, it's about the inner person. And really, which is why I had a picture of a woman, I'll show you again, looking at a mirror. It's about facing yourself. And it's not just that physical image, it's our mindset. So in the book, I talk about reframing your mind. I call them mirror moments. So there are 10 mirror moments, 10 chapters and 10 mirror moments where you come to yourself each day, each morning, and you realize and you affirm to make a change for the better, to add some life. I call it adding life back into life, but to reshift your thinking. That's why mental shift this show is perfect, because it really is about that very thing. The mind is very strong and powerful. We gain our youth inside, internally, and it's reflected on the outside. And that's what this book is about. It's about the changes in our lives. And we all have these humps. We have humps we have to get past. We all have them. Dealing with those humps and moving forward in your life. And it's my journey that I'm sharing with my readers, because I know we've all gone through those gray areas, those really dark times where maybe we just thought life is over. And as a matter of fact, some people think life is over defined by age. Other people feel like life is over defined by circumstance. And so that's what this book is dealing with: the circumstance, the biological number, how to overcome that, get your life back, enjoy it, reestablish yourself, and even find love again if you're looking for it. Right, Michelle?
Heck yeah. I love it.
And kudos to those of you who've been in relationships for a long time. You know what? That's a blessing, and I want to acknowledge that. But that doesn't always happen for some of us, and some of us have to start over.
No, and like, I'm such a rarity. I go back to my high school reunions, and it's like, you guys are still together? I mean, we met in high school.
A blessing.
So, I mean,
wow.
My first book is about my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was my 9th grade math teacher.
Ah, what a story.
So we've been together for 38 years.
That is phenomenal. And congratulations. That's a blessing. I love relationship anniversaries. I just love them. It says so much about the individuals and their commitment. It's just it's a beautiful story. It's a love story. Remember the movie Love Story?
Yeah.
It's a love story.
And it's about,
but you can have that at any age.
You can have it at any age. And the thing is, it's all about, I see it as an analogy for yourself, a relationship with yourself. As you get older, you have to, as you age, you change, and your mindset changes, and you need to become friends with that new version of you and forgive the old version if you were angry with that. And you mold together with the old and the new. And so I see a relationship like that. You're not always the same person. The world does not move in a stagnant line, right? We have ups and downs. The thing is, do you want to hang on? Do you want to find something that's common? Or do you want to say, you know, it's okay, you can go? And same with finding yourself. And like your book was saying, that inside voice, that inside you looking at your mirror. It's, do I want to walk away from certain parts of my persona? And do you know what? I choose not to be this person now. I choose to do this. And I do the same thing with relationships. Do I want to stay here, or do I want to move this? Do we want to compromise with this, or do I want to evolve? It's all a compromise. It's all choices. And we just happen to be doing a lot of growing together. I mean, we were babies when we met. So we have an advantage.
Sure were.
Yeah, we have an advantage because we were able to form our basis together. When you meet older, you know, when you're at a different stage in life, you already have certain things set up, and you have to find a happy medium between. We grew up without anything. We grew up under our parents' roofs, and then what do we like? What do you like? What I like, and that's how it grows. But that's what relationships with yourself are like. So when people look in the mirror and go, I don't like myself. I don't. Well, then what do you want to fix about it? It's you, yourself, and you, right?
Yeah, well, you're right. You know, the biggest thing we have to do is face ourselves. And I mean, honestly, like really good, honest peering into that mirror. And I want to say this to our listeners, that if you are ready, because sometimes people aren't.
No.
If you are ready to reestablish yourself, to break out of this funk that you might be in, this book tells you how to do that. It's my life's journey. If, you know, I was isolated, I had no friends, I was depressed, and I talk about the need to have connections and friends, just like Michelle and I are doing. My network has grown exponential. I can't even tell you how many new friends and connections I've made, but that was part of my healing. It was also part of my identity, and it's also part of this ageless journey that I'm talking about, is to connect with people. So if you're ready to reconnect with people, rebuild yourself, find some really good things to do. Like I have some charities that I participate in and I help, because those are good, those are feel good things. And you're doing something good, not just for self, but for other people. Then I help you to realize the value in doing that. That's part of your healing, is the giving. Michelle is giving by having me on her show. So, and she's giving to all of you by bringing speakers on to help you with your individual things that's going on in your life. That's the ageless process. So I call this, we've heard of millennials, right? We all know what a millennial is. That's a new generation of people. So when we say millennial, we think of a certain mindset. Well, I call us the ageless generation. That's my new term, the ageless generation, meaning we don't fit in a box. We're all over the place. There could be people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s in that generation of people, ageless. So we aren't defined by a number. We can have whatever we want. We can expand and grow at any age. And it's just phenomenal. So I'm happy to be able to talk about this and share it, because I guarantee you will find so much joy and exhilaration in your life just by doing a few simple things. Michelle knows that. I mean, the mental shift, that's what it's all about.
It truly is. And finding your place, finding where you want to be, and it does not matter with numbers. And I always have problems with the whole
numbers.
I have problems with being put in a box, or saying you're a peg, so you've got to go here. No, because I am who I am. And when I meet, millennials, I don't care what people say, millennials are this, and this. I do. The most creative humans I have met have been millennials.
Oh,
and the last thing you are is lazy. So do not fit that in. If you want to, don't call yourself a millennial, because they have you in a box.
That's true. That's so true. Thank you for saying that. Is true, though. We've already isolated them because they think, but you know what? That's our next generation. Fantastic minds, sharp techies. I mean, so much we can learn from them.
And we just gotta put it. We need them right now.
We need them. Yes, we do.
They navigate all of this social media world faster than we could ever. And I learned today how to do something called Twitter chat. Have you ever heard of Twitter chat?
I've heard of Twitter, but not the other side to that. No, that's new.
There are full-out meetings happening on Twitter. And I learned that today. Yeah, it was so cool. So anyways, completely distracted there. But Ageless Techniques, it starts in your head. It starts inside. And I'd like to thank you for writing that book. I mean, my other question for you then is, what was your catalyst to write a book? I mean, so many people say, one day I might write a book, but it's not for me. What was your catalyst that got you writing?
Well, once I realized that I had built this world that gave me so much joy and jubilation at my age, because I was having more fun at this stage of my life than I was years ago when I was younger. And I said, you know what? I'm in the category of really helping people, helping women, helping a lot of women. Why not share my journey? It was painful. There were some painful parts, but I got past that. It's not easy.
It's never easy.
No. But neither is a good workout. The pain and the gain. So you got to go through a little bit of pain to get the gain. And so I was thinking to myself, I can help people by sharing what I went through, especially not just the pain, because people can share pain. I just didn't want to share the pain. I wanted to share the gain. And so it was really more of a book of release and how to show others, particularly women, because it was a journey that I went through of how they can go through this, but not only survive it, thrive, to start thriving again. And that was what I wanted to do. So really it's more of a gift. Stepping stones, 10 steps to getting a better outlook on life and reestablishing yourself. And I just did it in 10 easy steps. And at the last chapter of the book, I sum it all up again for you. And I just do a head to toe analysis, inside first, the mind, and then the physical body. We actually talk about some physical things, but it's all because I wanted to help. If I could change just one life, if I could just change one, I'm happy. And Michelle, I've had so many women tell me, and actually a couple of men, Sabrina, when I read your book, it was just what I needed. I felt like you were talking to me, and I saw myself in this. And the other side to that is, now I'm going to go do this. Now I'm going to go do that. Actionable steps. It gave them something to work towards. And for me, like I said, if I could just change the one person, that was worth the writing, was worth the journey of writing and publishing the book. So I'm very happy that this book is conversational, and I'm very happy that it can help others. That was my goal, was to take that lemon and turn it into lemonade so that other people would enjoy it and benefit.
Outstanding. So those of you who are out there wondering, is my story worthy? Yes, every story is worthy, and someone is waiting to hear your voice. I mean, all of us have experienced something in our lives, or multiple things in our lives, and they're meant as a lesson so you can help other people. Be the guide. You may be the one light in the darkness for one person. It's your calling to do that one thing. Write your book, get your story out. And what I wanted to ask you, your Ageless Techniques, is that a Facebook page that they can get to also? Is it only on your website?
Okay, so Ageless Techniques, I actually started that before I wrote the book, and it just all fits into my persona because it's all about finding jubilation and exhilaration in life. And that is about the physical body. I talk about the hair, the skin, the nails, the process of the body aging, and how to slow that down. As I said, I'm retirement age, so you do the math. So how to slow those processes down and take care of yourself. Sometimes as we age, we don't know how to take care of that and how to keep the youthfulness. So I talk about that. Then I talk about the mind, and I talk about the fitness side, still staying active, how to still be active as the body ages. And so I cover that. And then I talk about travel. I talk about entertainment, some fun things to do, things just to keep you happy, to wake up each day, gratitude, all those things, skincare. That's important because as we age, the skin gets drier. We got the wrinkles and crow's feet setting in. I talk about how to reduce those things. And really, it's just a well-rounded platform of how to keep the mind younger, the body younger.
So mind, body, soul.
That's right. That's why it's think young, first of all, with the mind. Think young and live younger. So have an active lifestyle, and actually show you how you can have an active lifestyle even as the body, turns a year or two older. And so you can find me at agelesstechniques.com, also agelesstechniques.com. That's a separate website, or everything's on sabrinaprotic.com. Everything's right there. I want to make it easy for you guys to find those things, but it's kind of a fun website, Michelle, to go to and see some fun things. You might even see me jumping on a trampoline.
Okay. Well, Sabrina, I asked, we've got to wrap it up, and I have one more question for you.
Okay.
What is one your words of wisdom you'd like to leave the audience with today? What one, takeaway that you would like to share with them today?
Well, my one takeaway, as you mentioned earlier, I'm a certified life coach, and I'm actually in training to be a master life coach. So I'll be able to certify and train other life coaches. But the one thing I've learned that really centers even around my book and my website is this: if you choose good thoughts, if we choose good thoughts, we feel better. And when we feel better, we have a happier life. So choosing good thoughts, you feel better, and you have a happier life. So it really starts with a mindset. So that's the one thing I learned is you have a choice in life. We can choose to think about the downers or the uppers. But when we choose those good things that make us happy, we actually physically feel better. And we have more energy. When you're happy, you almost want to skip sometimes, right? You're just so happy. So it gives you more energy. And when you have more energy, we call it 95ing. I mean, you are just cruising in life. So if you want to cruise in life, if you want to be at the top of the Richter scale, choose to think good thoughts. You'll feel better. You have a happier life. Exactly. That's what I'd like to leave with them.
Amen.
Session is over. Session's over.
Session's over. We're good. I'm 51 and
I
I
love it.
swear I'm more spunky, more everything than I was when I was in my 20s. I am
And
living.
I see it. I see it. I mean, Michelle, you see, you draw energy. We talk about vibration. We were talking about that actually before the show, is that the energy level that you have is so vibrant. I mean, you're living in your prime right now. So this is what, if you want to have what Michelle's got, it's not a magic pill. There's no
Nope.
pill for that.
It's a
It is
mindset.
it's a mindset. And we can show you how to get that. It really is how you start here. And then the rest organically happens.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sabrina, for joining me. And people out there listening or watching, now you know why I wanted Sabrina on my show. You need to find her. Go to agelesstechniques.com or sabrinaprotic.com and check in on what she's doing and find her book and learn, because the best thing is to be ageless and forget that you ever have an age. I celebrate birthdays every day because I'm happy to wake up every day. And that's why I smile so much. So for those of you who are looking at Sabrina and I and doing, those are some two happy ladies. Now you know
We are happy. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on MentalShift today. Please feel free to share this with anyone you know who needs to hear this message that Sabrina has for the world. And while you're there, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're on it more than likely. And if you're not, go to youtube.com/Michelle Maras. You can find my name at the beginning and the end of all of these shows. And please follow me on Facebook, social media. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, you name it. The only thing I'm not on is TikTok, and I'm working on that. So please connect. Let's talk. And if you know someone who wants to or should be on my podcast, write me, tell me, and I'd love to have them, no matter where in the world they are, because I love to hear stories, and I love how people have mental shifts to find who they truly are. Until next time, thank you, Sabrina, for joining us, and thank you, everyone, for listening. Bye-bye.